Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the channel. Got game two of this two-game series. Can the Pirates leave New York with one win, or will the Giants sweep the Pirates and take control of the National League? And let's take a look at the starting lineup here for Pittsburgh. Leading off playing shortstop Honus Wagner. Batting second playing center field Paul Warner. Batting third playing right field Fred Clark. Batting fourth playing left field Ralph Kiner. Batting fifth playing second base George Grantham. Batting sixth playing third base Pod Trainer. Batting seventh playing first base Gus Sir. Batting eighth doing the catching Johnny Gotch, and on the mound doing the pitching and batting ninth Rip Sewell. And for the New York Giants home team, he got leading off playing second base Frankie Frisch, batting second playing third base Freddie Lindstrom, batting third playing first base Bill Terry, batting fourth playing center field Willie Mays, batting fifth playing left field Mel Ott, batting sixth playing right field Ross Young, batting seventh doing the catching Roger Bresnahan, batting eighth playing shortstop Travis Jackson, batting ninth doing the pitching is CHRISTY Mathewson. Let's get down here to New York and get this game started. And you can see the team comparisons. Pittsburgh is 5-4. They've struck out 39 times, walked 35 times, hit 20 doubles, 16 triples. The Giants are 7-4. They've struck out 50 times, walked 40 times, hit 22 doubles and 7 triples. Leading off for these Pirates is Honus Wagner batting .279, no homers and 7 RBIs. And CHRISTY Mathewson's third start of the year. He's 0-1 with a 2.4 ERA. Here's the first pitch, and it's going to be a ground ball down the second. Frankie Frisch is up with it. Fires over to Terry for out number one. And Paul Warner's up now. And Warner's batting .357 on the year. No homers and 2 RBIs. Here's the pitch to Warner. And that's going to be a rare play, a 40 on a 44. And that's going to be hit in the center field. Willie Mays is out there. And that's going to be a fly ball. Nice catch by Mays for out number one. And that'll bring up Clark. And Clark's batting .263, 2 homers and 8 RBIs. And that's going to be a 24. And that's going to be a pop up down the second. Yep, pop up down the short. And that'll end the inning. 1, 2, 3 go to the Pirates. To the bottom of the first we go. Pirates nothing. The Giants sending up Frisch, Lindstrom, and Terry. And Frankie Frisch is batting .244. No homers and 4 RBIs. Rip Sewell's second start of the year. He's 0-1 with a 6.4 ERA. And that's going to be a ground ball down to Gus at first. He calls off Rip, takes it himself for out number one. And up to the plate now is Freddie Lindstrom. And Freddie is batting .280 on the year. He's got 5 homers and 12 RBIs. And that's going to be a base on balls. Freddie walks down the first. You don't want to do that with this Giant lineup. It's walk, people. This lineup is deep and strong. That brings up Bill Terry, batting .273, 2 homers and 10 RBIs. And that's going to be a fly ball out to Ralph in left field for out number 2. And it brings up Willie Mays now with 2 outs, a runner down at first. Mays is hitting 326, 7 homers and 16 RBIs. And that's going to be a 20. And that is going to be a base hit. Mays has got himself an infield hit. Now there's first and second. And 2 outs for Mr. Mel Ott. Ott's batting .222 on the year. 3 homers and 6 RBIs. And that ball is high. How far is this one going to travel, folks? And that ball is out of here. Mel Ott spins on this one, hits it in that short porch in right field. And it's quickly 3-0 New York. The walks kill you. The walks kill you against this team. Can't afford to walk people. And that brings up Ross Young now with 2 outs and nobody on. A .267 batting average, 1 homer and 2 RBIs. And he gets a hold of this one. How far is this ball going to travel? And that ball is out of here. Ross spins on it back-to-back home runs down that short porch in right field here at the Polo Grounds. And it goes quickly 4-0 before the fans can settle in. And now you got Roger Bresnahan up, batting .293 on the year. 2 homers and 6 RBIs. And that'll finally end the inning. A ground ball back to Rip. He tosses it over to Gus. But 2 home runs, a 3-run shot by Ott, a solo job by, yeah, ain't that awful, by Young. And we got us a 4-0 ball game just like that. We go to the top of the second. Kiner, Grantham, and Trainer do up here. Ralph is batting .333, 5 homers and 11 RBIs. And that's going to be a ground ball down to Jackson for out number 1. And Grantham steps up to the plate, batting .312 on the year, 2 homers and 4 RBIs. And that's going to be a fly ball out to Ott for out number 2. And it's up to Pi Trainer to try to get on board here and keep this second inning going. And that's going to be a 23. That'll be a swing. Nope, that'll be a pop-up down the second, and that'll end the inning. 1, 2, 3 goes the Pirates. To the bottom of the second we go. The bottom part of the order due up here. Jackson, Mathewson, and back to the top in Frankie Frisch. Travis is batting .289, 1 homer, and 8 RBIs. And that's going to be a it's a fly ball in the shallow left field. Ralph makes the catch. That'll be out number 1. And here comes big 6, Christy Mathewson. Christy is batting .200 on the year. He has an RBI. We don't need no stinking DH, and that's going to be a ground ball back to the mound. And Rip misplays that one. That's going to be an E1. So he's walked the batter, and now he's made an error against his counterpart. Not what you want to do. Free bases for these Giants. That brings up Frankie Frisch now with a runner on first and 1 out. He grounded back to first his first time up. And that's going to be a 18. And that's going to be a ground ball back to the mound. And they're going to spin around, throw down the second, and get the lead runner. A 1-6 put out. So now you got Frankie Frisch at first. And 2 down for Mr. Freddie Lindstrom. Freddie walked and came around the score on the 3-run homer his first time up. And that's going to be popped up back behind the backstop near the screen. And Johnny makes the catch for out number 3. The Giants strand 1 to the top of the third we go. And Sir Gooch And Sewell due up. And Gus, he is batting 148 on the year. No homers and 4 RBIs. And that's going to be a base hit in the right field. So the Pirates get the leadoff batter aboard here. And here's Johnny Gooch. And Gooch is batting 265 with no homers and 8 RBIs. And that's going to be a 65. That's going to be a single in the right field. Nice job by Johnny. He gets that past the first baseman. And all of a sudden, the Pirates are making some noise here. First and second and nobody out. And Rip's up. Rip's going to try to bunt these guys down to second and third. He's batting 0 for 2 this year. And he gets the job done. And that's going to be a ground ball down the third. And who's he going to throw over to second? Baseman covering Frankie Frisch. So now you're going to have second and third and 1 out for the top of the order. And Honus Wagner, can he get the job done here? Maybe cut this lead in half. Honus grounded out the second his first time up. Giants obviously playing the infield back with a 4-run lead. And that'll be a ground ball down the short. 54 might be fielding column 2, and it is. And he'll throw over and get the batter out. The runners will advance. Now we got 2 outs, and it's a 4-1 ball game with a runner down at third now. And can Paul Warner drive in a run here? Now it's a 3-run game. Can he make it a 2-run game? Warner flew out to center his first time up. And that ball is well hit. How far is Paul going to blast this one? And that ball is hit out into left field out there in that deep gap. And that ball's off the wall. He's going to run for a while. And Paul is going to have himself an RBI triple. So Warner's down at third now with 2 outs. And it's a 2-run ball game. Can Fred Clark make it a 1-run ball game? He grounded out the short his first time up. And that's going to be a 24. And that's going to end the inning. That ball is popped up down in the shallow center field. Mays comes on, makes a nice running catch. But the Pirates get 2 and make it a 4-2 game as we go to the bottom of the third. And the Giants will send up the big boys, Terry, Mays, and Ott. Terry flew out the left his first time up. And that's going to be a fly ball out the left again. So he's hit the ball out to Ralph twice, and both times Ralph's made nice plays. Route number 1. Willie Mays singled and came around to score on the Mel Hott homer his last time up. And that's going to be a ground ball down to Grantham. He's got it easily, fires over to first. And speaking of Mel Hott, he's up the bat now. He hit that 3-run homer in the 4th inning to get the Giants on the board. Here's the pitch to Ott. And that's going to be a slow roller down the trainer. He's up with it, fires over to first. And 1, 2, 3, go the G-men. To the top of the 4th we go. We got the 4, 5, 6 hitters due up. Connor, Grantham, and Trainer. And Ralph is 0 for 1. He grounded out the short his first time up. And that's going to be a base on balls. Ralph walks down the first, brings a tying run to the plate, and George Grantham. And George is 0 for 1. He flew out the Odd his first time up. And that's going to be a 19. And that's going to be a ground ball down the short. 54 and a 4. Is that fielding column 2? And that's fielding column 2. And that's going to be a ground ball. Jackson's going to fire over to first. The runner will get in the scoring position. So Grantham advances the runner for Pie Trainer. And now you got a runner in scoring position for Trainer. He popped up to second his first time up. And that's going to be a ground ball down the third. And he's going to look the runner back to second and fire over to first. And now there's two down and a runner still in scoring position for Gus. Sir, can Gus deliver here with 2 outs? Make this a run game. He singled and came around to score his last time up. And that's going to be a 24 and a 10. And that's going to be another ground ball. Excuse me, this one down the first. And Terry's got it. He tosses it over to Christy Mathewson covering. And the Pirates strand one. We go to the bottom of the fourth. It's still a 4-2 ball game. You got Young, Bresnahan, and Jackson due up here for the Giants. Ross hit a solo homer in the first inning to make it 4-0. Here's the pitch to Ross. And that's going to be a base hit in the right field. He's going to keep up the hitting streak here today. 2 for 2 now. He's down at first and nobody out. And Roger Bresnahan's up now. Bresnahan grounded out to Rip his first time up. See the Giants' upcoming schedule. They stay home and play the Cubbies. Then the Dodgers come to town. So Bresnahan's 0 for 1. And that's going to be a 20 and 11. And that's going to be a fly ball. Nope. That's going to be a base hit in the right field. Clark couldn't quite get to it. And a 40 with nobody out. Let's see if he's going to chance going to third. And I think he is going to chance it going to third. That'll be a 27. Was that what it was? A 27? No, a 25. 51 or lower, he's safe at third. And he's out of there. Nice play by Clark to single in the right field. Clark throws him out trying to go to third. And now we got 1 out and a runner still down at first. Nice play by Fred Clark. That brings up Jackson now. And Jackson is 0 for 1. He flew out the left his first time up. And that's going to be a swing and a miss. He strikes him out. That's the first strikeout of the game by Rip. And that brings up Christy Mathewson now. He reached on an error his first time up. And that's going to be a fly ball out to Ralph. That ends the inning. Nice play by Clark. Throws the runner out at third and keeps this a 4-2 ball game. We go to the top of the fifth. We have Johnny Gooch, Rip, and then back to the top of the order in Hornish Wagner. Johnny Gooch singled his first time up and came around the score in that third inning. And that's going to be a ground ball down to Frankie at second, and that'll be out number 1. And Rip's up now. And he had a sacrifice fly his first time up. And that's going to be a ground ball down the second, down the short rather. And that'll be out number 2. So it's up to Hornish Wagner here to get something going with 2 outs in the fifth. He is grounded out twice, but once he drove in a run in the third with a ground ball down the short. And that's going to be a ground ball down the second. And that'll do it. 1, 2, 3 goes the Pirates. To the bottom of the fifth we go. To top of the orders due up in the bottom of the inning. Frisch, Lindstrom, and Terry. Frankie's 0 for 2. He's grounded out twice. And that's going to be a base on balls. And we know what happened in the first inning when he walked the batter. Brings up Lindstrom now. Freddie is 0 for 1. He walked in the first and popped up to the catcher in the second. And that's going to be a 19. And that's going to be a fly ball in the left field. Ralph makes the catch. Out number 1. Terry's up. And Terry, he is 0 for 2, 2 fly balls out to Ralph. And that's going to be a 19. That's going to be another fly ball out to Ralph. 3 fly balls. He's done a hat trick all 3 times in the left field. All 3 times Ralph's made the catch. Now there's 2 down and Willie Mays is up. Mays is 1 for 2. He singled in the first, came around the score on the Mel Ott 3-run homer, and he grounded out the second and the third. And that's going to be a pop up in foul territory. Johnny near the dugout makes the catch, and that'll end the inning. The Giants strand 1. To the top of the 6th we go. We got Warner, Clark, and Kiner due up here. And the Pirates score at least 1 and cut it to a 1-run game here. With the top of the order up, Warner had an RBI triple back in the 3rd and flew out the center in the 1st. And that's going to be a 22. That's going to be a fly ball out to Mel Ott for out number 1. And that brings up Clark now. And Clark is 0 for 2. He's popped up the short, flew out the center. And he gets a hold of this one, folks. He rips that ball in the left field. And that's going to be a triple for Clark. So now the runner's down at 3rd and 1 out for Ralph Kiner. Can he at least cut this lead into 1? Ralph is 0 for 1. He's grounded out the short and walked. And that's going to be a fly ball out the left field. And let's see here. That'll be a re-roll of dice here. That'll be a 51. 51. And, sorry, a 50. 33. So 33, a 63 or lower. He's going to be safe, and that'll be a sacrifice fly. And they nail him at the plate. Mel Ott, great throw. Clark swears he made it in there. That's a fly ball. And they get the runner trying to tag up. What a play by Mel Ott. Had to be on the money, and it was. And that's 2 outs now. Well, that's 3 outs. That ends the inning. That ends the inning, and we go to the bottom of the 6th. What a play by Mel Ott. Saved a run there. Thought for sure that tag was going to be made. That was going to be a sacrifice. And talking about Ott, he steps up to the plate now, followed by Young and Bresnahan. Mel Ott's doing it all. He has hit a 3-run homer and thrown a runner out at the plate. And here's the pitch to Ott. And that's going to be a ground ball back to the mound. Rip throws over to first for out number 1. And you see Pittsburgh's upcoming schedule. They leave the Polo Grounds and going to go back home to take on the Dodgers. And then the Cubbies come to town after that. Ross, he's 2 for 2. He's singled and homered. Here's the pitch to Young. And that's going to be a ground ball down the 3rd for out number 2. And that brings up Bresnahan now. And Roger is 1 for 2. He singled in the 4th, grounded out in the 1st. And he gets this one, rips that into the right field. And that'll be a stand-up double for Roger. So now with 2 out, the runner down at 2nd for Jackson. And Jackson's 0 for 2. He's flown out the left and struck out. And that's going to be a 20. And that's going to be a ground ball down the short. Hornets fires over to first, and that'll end the inning. The Giants strand 1. To the top of the 7th we go. Bottom part of the order due up here. Trainer, Sir, and Gooch. And George is 0 for 2. He's flown out and grounded out. Oh, Grantham's still up. That's right. He never got the bat. And that's going to be a fly ball in the center field. Willie Mays makes the catch. And that'll be out number 1. And my Trainer's up now. And Trainer is 0 for 2. He's popped up and grounded out. And that's going to be a 23. That'll be a ground ball back to Christy. He's up with it, fires over to Terry. 2 quick outs here in the 7th. And it's up to Gus to get on board here. Bring the tying run to the plate. Gus is 1 for 2. Singled in the 3rd and came around the score and grounded out in the 4th. And that's going to be a rare play, a 46 on a 37. 46. That's going to be a foul ball, strike 1. And that's going to be a fly ball out the Mays. 1, 2, 3 goes the Pirates. And that ends the top of the 7th. We go to the 7th inning stretch. It's 4-2 New York. And Christy will lead this inning off, followed by Frisch and Lindstrom. Mathewson is 0 for 2. He did reach on an error in the 2nd. Flew out the left in the 4th. And that's going to be a fly ball this time out to right to Clark. And we go back to the top of the order now. Frankie Frisch is up with 1 out and nobody on. He has walked, grounded out twice. And that's going to be a ground ball back to Rip. He tosses it over to Gus, and there's 2 quick outs here in the bottom of the 7th. And Lindy Lindstrom's up. Lindstrom's 0 for 2. He walked in the 1st, popped up, and flew out. And that's going to be a fly ball out the right field. Clark makes another nice catch, and that ends the inning. 1, 2, 3 goes the G-men. We go to the top of the 8th. It's still a 2-run game. We got Gooch, have a pitch hitter for Rip, and then back to Hornus Wagner. Johnny's 1 for 2. He singled and came around the score in the 3rd, grounded out in the 5th. And that's going to be a fly ball out the Mays for out number 1. See who's going to come off the bench here and pitch for Rip. And Lloyd Warner's going to come off the bench here. See if Lloyd can get on base. Where's Lloyd at? There's Lloyd. Lloyd is 0 for 2 on the season. Here's the pitch from Christy. And that's going to be a fly ball out to center field. 2 fly balls to center. 2 outs here in the 8th. We're back to the top of the order in Hornus Wagner. And Hornus Wagner's 0 for 3. Does have an RBI. He's grounded out 3 times. Twice to second, once to short. And that's going to be a rare play, a 32 on a 39. And that's going to be a strike 1 on him. Here's the 0-1 pitch. And that's going to be a 25. That's going to be a base hit. Infield hit by Hornus Wagner. Keeps this inning alive here, folks. So Wagner's down at first, and here comes the other Warner brother. And Paul's up now. Paul's 1 for 3 with an RBI triple. He's flown out the center and the left. His other 2 times up, and he gets a hold of this. How far is Paul going to drive this ball? That ball's going to be in the gap in right field. That should score. Hornets Wagner easy with 2 outs. Might not even be a play at the plate with this one. No, there won't even be a play. So that's going to be a double in the right field. That'll score the runner from first. And that'll make it a 1-run ball game, folks. So now you got a runner down at second. And 2 outs. Can Christy get out of this? It's a 4-3 ball game. They got Grissom starting to warm up. Mars going to warm up. Fred Clark's up now. He's had a triple in this game. He's popped up the short and he's flown out the center. And that's going to be a base on balls. And that might be it for Christy Mathewson. Let's see here. Yep, Marv's going to come in the game here. Grissom's going to come in and try to get a 4-out save as Christy can't get out of this 8th inning. Marv Grissom's going to come out of the bullpen. And this is Grissom's 4th appearance. He's got 2 saves on the year with no ERA, and he's got Ralph Kiner due up. Ralph is 0 for 2. He's walked once, grounded out and flown out. And that's going to be a ground ball down the third. What could have been a big inning. And that'll be out number 3. The Pirates do score 1, make it a 1-run ball game. We go to the bottom of the 8th. It's 4-3. See who's going to come out here and pitch here. And Cooper's going to come off the bench. Off the bench. Out of the bullpen. See if Cooper can keep this a 1-run game. Here's Wilbur. Cooper is 3rd appearance of the year, no record with a 7.36 ERA. Facing the heart of this lineup, Terry Mays and Ott. Terry's 0 for 3. He's flown out the Ralph Kiner 3 times. He's got the hat trick. Can he get the golden sombrero here? And that's going to be a rare play, a 41 and a 42. 42 and a 41. And that's going to be a team. Let's see here. 7, 13, 17, 24, 26, 36, 38, 41. That'll be fielding column 1. We're not doing that. It says game called because of rain. We're not doing the rain out. So no rain outs here. I don't play with rain outs in these things. Schedule's already set. It already has double headers with rain outs and stuff. So here's the pitch to Terry. And that's going to be a base on balls. Not what you want to see out of a guy coming out of the bullpen. And that brings up Mays. And Mays is 1 for 3. He singled in the first, grounded out and popped up his other 2 times up. And that's going to be a 16. And that's going to be a base hit. Mays with another infield hit. And we got first and second and nobody out. Cooper's not getting the job done here, folks, on a 1-run game. And that's going to make them get up. Matter of fact, he might come in the game now. French is going to come in the game. Cooper couldn't get the job done. They're bringing in the lefty. Larry French is coming in the game. Cooper gets nobody out. In the game comes Larry French. Can Larry get him out of this mess here, folks? You got the two lefties due up now. And Ott and Young. Mel has already hit a 3-run homer. 2 runners on, Terry and Mays, nobody out. Here's the pitch to Ott. And that's going to be a swing and a miss. He strikes Ott out for out number 1, a big strikeout. And that'll bring up Young. Like I say, French has pitched in 3. This will be his 3rd game. No record, no runs scored. Here's the pitch to Young. Young is 2 for 3 with a homer. And that's going to be a pop up down the 3rd. Pie Trainer makes the catch for out number 2. And that brings up Bresnahan now. And Roger Bresnahan is 2 for 3. He has a double and a single and grounded out to the pitcher in the 1st. And that's going to be against the lefty. That'll be a 13. And that's going to be a single. And French can't get this small, important 3rd out. And Terry, not great speed with 2 outs, though. He should score easy. We'll check here. That ball was hit in the left field. Ralph doesn't have much of an arm. Yep. Terry's going to score with no throw. See if Mays can get down to 3rd, though, with 2 outs. So 38. 31. 31, a 61 or lower. Mays makes it down to 3rd. And he's in at 3rd. So that's an RBI single by Bresnahan. And a runner on 2nd scores. And the runner on 1st gets down to 3rd. So we got 1st and 3rd for Jackson. And now it's a 2-run ball game again. Not what the Pirates wanted. Jackson's up. He's 0 for 3. Flown out the left, struck out and grounded out to short. And that'll be a swing and a miss. French comes in, gives up 1 run after the mess Cooper got in. That's a big run now. The tying runs on the is in the on deck circle instead of at the plate. We got Grantham, Trainer, and Sir due up here against Marv. As you can see, the team comparisons. The Pirates are batting .268, on base percentage of .329, a slugging of .507, and an OPS of .836. The Giants are batting .264, and on base percentage of .318, a slugging of .361, and an OPS of .679. George is 0 for 3. He's flown out twice and grounded out once. And not this time. That ball is blasted in left field down the 3rd base line. That's going to be a leadoff double. And see how big that run was in the 8th. Now you'd have the tying run at 2nd. Instead, now the tying run comes to the plate. And Pie Trainer is 0 for 3. He has popped up, grounded out twice. Can Trainer keep this going here? Here's the pitch to Pie, and that's going to be against a 22 and 8. And that's going to be a ground ball down the 2nd. And the runner will get down the 3rd. So that's a 4-3 put out. And again, what a difference that run makes. Now you got a runner down at 3rd for Gus Sir. Gus is 1 for 3. And that can let the Giants play the infield back, being up by 2. He has singled in the 1st, came around the score, grounded out, and flown out his other 2 times up. And that's going to be a ground ball. 24. I didn't put his fielding value in, did I? No, I didn't. He's a 1. Let's go do that now. Sorry about this. I don't have Mars fielding value in there. Put that in here. Go to the Giants. A little behind the scenes action here. It's fine. Grissom here. Player notes. Should come after. So I got that. So should be a P1. Yeah. Let's see here. Don't save yet. Let's see. So we'll do it this way. Alrighty, now we're ready to get back to the game. Sorry about that. So 43, back to the mound with a 1. That's a 24. 24 and a 1 is fielding column number 2. And that's going to be a line drive right back to the mound. Nice catch by Marv. Now there's 2 outs and a runner down at third rather, for Johnny Gooch. Do we pitch hit here for the Gooch? Bring up somebody with some pop. And Archie Vaughn's going to come out of the dugout. See if Archie can drive this ball out there and tie this ball game up. Here comes Archie Vaughn off the bench. The pitch hit for Gooch. It's got a little more pop than the Gooch. Archie is batting .429, no homers and 3 RBIs. Here's the pitch. And that's going to be a fly ball, but not deep enough. Melot's back near the track, waits for it to come down. And that's your ball game, folks. The Giants win 5-3. And let's take a look here at the box score now. And the Giants 5 runs on 8 hits and no errors. The Pirates 3 runs, 7 hits and 1 error. Paul Warner had a nice game going 2 for 4. The Pirates only 1 for 10 with runners in scoring position. Left 5 men on base. The Giants, Willie Mays was 2 for 4. Youngs and Bresnahan had fine games. Ross was 2 for 4 and Bresnahan was 3 for 4. Giants were 2 for 5 with runners in scoring position. Melott with a 3-run homer. Young with a solo shot. Giants left 6 men on base. Rip goes 7 innings, picks up his second loss. 6 hits, 4 runs, walked 2, struck out 1, and gave up the 2 home runs. Cooper comes in, didn't get an out. 1 hit, 1 run, walked 1. French came in and did a good job with first and second and nobody out. Gave up a hit and struck out 2. CHRISTY Mathewson goes 7 2/3, picks up his first win. 6 hits, 3 runs, walked 2, and Grissom comes in, gets his third save. He pitches an inning in the third of 1-hit ball. And that's your ball game, folks. Let's take a look at the standings. This will be the National League standings after April 30th. Everybody's played. See what's going on after the first month of the year. You got the Giants are a game up on the Phillies. The Reds, Cubs, and Braves are a game and a half back. The Pirates are now 2 games back. Dodgers are 3.5, and the Cardinals are 5 games back. The Phillies and the Giants are on 4-game winning streaks. The poor Cardinals are on a 6-game losing streak. And now the Pirates, after being swept in this 2-game series, are on a 3-game losing streak. And Chuck Klein for the Phillies is now leading the National League in batting average with a .434 batting average. Mays with 7 homers, and Hank Aaron's leading with 17 RBIs. Chuck Klein was 16 right behind him with that .434 batting average. And leading the league in ERA is Clark Griffith with the Cubs with a 1.8 ERA. You got 3 pitchers tied with 3 wins. And now Marv Grissom's got 3 saves leading the league. Hank Aaron's leading in the MVP voting. And Noodles Hahn's leading in the Best Pitcher Award. And Ken Castro joins us. The stinking Giants won. We'll go back here. I'll let you look at the box score again, Ken. Yeah. Let you look at the box score again. Mel Ott had a 3-run homer. All the runs were scored in the first inning until the 8th. Got the Giants with 4 runs. Like I say, Mel Ott hit a 3-run homer. Look at the scorecard here. 3-run homer in the first for the Giants. And then Ross Young came up and hit a solo shot. And then in the 4th inning, for the 3rd inning for the Pirates, you had Sir and Gooch get on base. And then Paul Warner hit a 2 RBI triple. And that was all the scoring until the 8th inning. Then in the 8th, you had Clark drive in Paul Warner drive in another run. Like I say, Warner had a damn good game, and that cut it to a 1-run ball game. Then Cooper comes in, and Cooper gives up a walk and a hit. Then I brought in Larry French. He came in, got a strikeout and a pop-up down the 3rd, and then Bresnahan with an RBI single. He strikes Jackson out, but that made it a 2-run game. Then you can see the Giants were threatening. Grantham got a double, and how big that would have been if it was just a 1-run game. He advanced the 3rd on the ground ball down the 2nd, and then Sir, he lined out to the pitcher, and Archie Vaughn came in. The pitch hit, flew out to Mel Ott. To end the game. I know it's just a tough lineup. I don't know if you've seen that first game. The Pirates are up 3-0 in the first game here on the 29th. I didn't mean to close that out. I just wanted to go back. Up 3-0 in the first game on the 29th. And look at that score, 12-4. They just started to demolish them, and then I think it's in the 7th and 8th inning, if I remember right. They scored like 7 runs in those 2 innings. Yep, 7th and 8th. Scored 6 runs in the 8th. Just completely demolished them. Yep. Went from a 3-0 game to a 12-4 game. Yeah, actually it was 5-4 going into it was 6-4 going into that 8th inning. Crazy. Yeah, it's a tough lineup, is right. And they walked a few in that game, and you can't do that. Let's look here. How many walks did they have? and a few errors. How many errors? He had one error. And how many walks did the Pirates have? They only walked two, but that was early in the game. Both of them came around to score in that first inning, if I remember right. If I remember right, they both came around to score. Yep, there's the two walks. They both came around to score. Crazy, crazy, man. Yep, like I say, now we're through the first month of the year. Again, everybody's played through April 30th. And that's your standings. Close. Got a three-way tie in the American League, and the Giants are only up by one game over your Phillies. Your Phillies is right there with them. Yeah, like I say, the Pirates have lost three in a row. Got swept by the Giants. Yeah, yeah, yeah. They was in first place all that time. Yeah. Oh, thank you, buddy. I think. Let me look here. I think that's 105 games I played. Let me look here. Be able to tell you in 1 second here. A 104 games. Yep, 104 games in the month of April. So yeah, like I say, there's the leaderboard. Ted Williams still hitting the cover off the ball. 463. How about your buddy Chuck Klein, man? 434. And I think Chuck's got a few home runs too. Let's look. Is he on the leaderboard with home runs? See how many home runs Chuck's got. 3 homers. If you go with that average, 16 RBIs. Like I say, he's only 1 RBI behind Hank Aaron. So yeah. Then you got Ed Delaney up there. He's third, batting 392. The Phillies are definitely hitting the ball. Yep. See if there's any more Phillies up there. The rest are mainly Giants and Braves. How many of the Giants got up there? And the Braves have got 1. 2 guys in the top 10. Joe Adcock, 326. And Duffy, 403. So they got 2 guys in the top 10. And the Giants got what? 2 guys in the top 10 too. They got Mays and Bresnahan in the top 10. But your Phillies got 2 in the top 3. Let's see. I think the next game is going to be these Giants again. I think they play the Cubs on May 1st. Oh, May 1st. Yep, the Cubs. See how many game series this is. There's 2 games. 2, a 3-game series. See if it's a 4-game series. Nope, just a 3-game series. So that'll be the next game on the channel. Will be these same Giants going up against the Cubs. And you got Hippie Vaughn going up against Joe McGinnity. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I just got done mowing before I did this game. Yeah, before the wife comes home. Yeah, that's what I did. It's a beautiful day out there. At least it is here in Maryland. Beautiful day. So I want to thank Ken Castro for coming by. Like I say, the next game on the channel will be these same Giants going up against the Cubs in New York. If you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button. Hit that bell for reminders. Beautiful there too. Yeah, like I say, it's a beautiful day out there. And hit that like button and leave a comment. Until next time, y'all have a great day and enjoy.